Hi everyone, welcome to session on CS22071 Agile Methodology presented by R. Samundi, Assistant Professor of Computer Science and Engineering. Today we will see the topic as the challenges in migrating to Agile Methodology from Unit 3 Agility and Knowledge Management. We are going to see what are the challenges we are facing while we are changing from the conventional model to the agile methodology. Here the number one is the organizational culture or resistance. So existing hierarchy and command control slow the agile adoptions. So traditional command control structure makes the agile adoptions difficult since the agile thrives on flexibility and empowerment. So employee may resist changes to traditional values and norms. People are often comfortable with the old processes and resist the agile because it feels unfamiliar. And third one is legacy process make new ways and uncomfortable. Old routine block adoption of agile practices and make the transition slower. Some leaders fear loss of authority and influence. Manager used to full control may feel insecure as agile distributes decision making. So, overcoming mindset inertia requires focused change management. Changing the habits and mindset needs strong leadership and clear communication. In next slide, we'll see the change management barriers. Lack of structured transition plans impedes progress. Without a roadmap, agile migration becomes messy. Insufficient change leader engagement leads to confusion. If leaders don't actively support, teams lose the directions. Employee anxiety over role changes causes the pushback. People fear how their jobs will change, leading to resistance. Poor communication amplifies uncertainty. Unclear messages makes the employees more anxious. So, training gaps stall acceptance. Without the proper training, new agile practices will fail. In next slide, we'll see the lack of agile expertise. Teams may lack the foundational agile skills and knowledge. If basics are not clear, agile can't be applied properly. And next one is inexperienced scrum masters and hamper effective adaptations. Without the strong facilitations, agile ceremonies lose value. And third one is failure to form cross-functional teams cause the silos. Agile needs collaboration but silos block progress. Next one is the continuous learning is neglected. Continuous learning and upskilling are often neglected. So, it relying on old methods and undermine the agile success. Falling back to waterfall skills, agile spirit. In next slide, we'll see the legacy technology and tools. So, existing platforms may not support the agile cycles or workflows. Old tools can't handle the agile iterative workflows. Integrating the modern agile tools as a resource intensive. So upgrading it takes time, money and training. So migration from the waterfall system risk project confusions. Tool migration from the waterfall risk it makes the confusions. Our next one is the tool incompatibility leads data and workflow errors. Different system may not synchronize, so causing the data loss. So resistance to tool change the reflect deeper cultural issues. People resist the tools because they resist to change. In next line, we'll see the unrealistic stakeholder expectations. So immediate results are often expected, ignoring the learning curve. So Agile takes time, but stakeholders often demand the instant result. So underestimating the team transformations hinder the progress. Agile is not just a process change, it needs mindset change. Agile iterative gains may seem too slow for the sponsors. So iterative improvements feel too small compared to too big bang result. And next one is stakeholders may confuse flexibility and lack of control. So unrealistic timelines pressures teams. So pushing the teams too hard ruins the agile quality focus. In next slide, we'll see the quality, cost, time, scope, challenges. Frequent changes disrupt the budgets and schedules, adapting the cost, money and time. Quality assurance adapts the poorly to constant updates. Testing struggles when requirements keep shifting. Fixed contracts impede the flexibility. So, legal contracts don't allow the agile changes easily. And scope freezes the too soon limit iterative benefits. And last one is balancing the delivery speed with the quality is odd. Rushing leads to poor software. In next slide, we'll see the external and internal dependency. So, unseen dependency impact progress. Discovering the unseen dependency and late impacts the progress. So late discovery of links between the teams cause delays. Coordination between the teams becomes the more complex. Agile struggles when the many teams must be synchronized means at that time the collaboration will be very complex. So managing the shifting requirements requires the robust communication. Without the proper updates, teams build the wrong things and vendor schedules conflicts with the agile timelines. So external partner may not work at the agile speed. So multiple teams may lack synchronized goal. So different timelines cause misalignment. In next slide, we'll see the incomplete leadership support. Management may only permit, not actively drive or change. Leader must actively sponsor agile, not just allow it. Inconsistent vision among leader confuses the team. So different message from the leaders it weakens the Trust. Failure to align incentives undermines the agile objective. So rewards must support collaboration, not a silos. So leaders may revert the old metrics for the success. Measuring the lines of code does not fit the agile outcomes. Leaders must commit ongoing process and improvements. So agile is a journey, not one-time switch. In next slide, we'll see the documentation and control issue. Heavy legacy documentation demands create the frictions. So, too much paperwork slows the agile down. Overly strict approval chains slow the agile delivery. Waiting for the approval block progresses. So, balancing the compliance and agility stresses teams. Teams struggle between the rules and flexibility. Reporting requirements may not suit agile tracking. Old style reports don't match the agile tracking. Transition to lightweight, just enough documentation is difficult. Writing the just enough is a mindset shift. In next slide, we'll see the scaling and consistency hurdles. So, scaling leads to inconsistent practices. Organization wise. So, different teams apply the agile differently. Synchronizing process across large team is complex. So, coordination at scale is difficult. So, tool adoptions varies the causing fragmentation and confusions. Different tools fragment workflows. So, standardizing the agile approaches across domains remains the elusive. Different departments resist the common standard. Maintaining the harmonized delivery and culture is tough. Agile spirit fades when scaled without the alignment. Thank you for listening this session.